Good evening, United Kingdom. My name is Ted Rusk. A lot of people call me Lucky. And let me answer your first question is why is an American guy with a funny accent talking to the United Kingdom? Well, you're going to have to listen to my video tonight. It's going to be very interesting and it's going to have a lot of details in there. I'm going to tell you things about America that you probably have never heard. First of all, during the Revolution, there was a place where my parents, both sets of my parents came from, called Vincennes, Indiana, otherwise known as Fort Sackville for a very short time. Uh, it was taken over by a rebel force of only 200 people back in the day. I think there was maybe 200 or 400 British soldiers stationed at the base. And so here's the interesting fact I learned just a few years ago at what they call the rendezvous. They reenact, the Americans shooting the British and stuff. So it's a good day, all a bunch of American violence. And anyway, they said at the time of this revolution and this takeover of Sackville that 1/3 of the people of Vincennes, which was originally a French colony, uh, 1/3 of the people were actually British loyalists, you know, loyal to the king and the throne. And 1/3 of the people just didn't give a crap either way. And then only 1/3 of the people were the rebels. And so they controlled everything because uh, because nobody else got together to stop them. So that's how we came up with America. It's basically just a bunch of rebels that uh, you know, claimed about some kind of high tea tax. But the interesting thing to find is that there was 1/3 of the people that were okay with the British throne running our country. Here a while back at a class reunion, I had a friend whose name is Cooch, and I don't know where that comes from, but I asked him about uh, where he was from originally. He said, well, his forefathers were fighting on the side of the British. He said they were, I think, Prussians. Maybe that's a part of Germany or up in that area. And he said, oh, yeah, we were paid guns for the British fighting against the rebels, the Americans. And I'm like, well, it gets pretty interesting. Uh, and anyway, that's the story of America you may never have heard. And so I'm going to tell you, you're probably wondering by now, what's wrong with America? I mean, it seems to be crumbling fast. Uh, we're sitting here with two 80-year-old guys who have already been in office 4 years each. During those 4 years, each of them, they added, I think Trump added like 8 trillion to the debt, and Biden's probably going to hit that target too. Uh, we've got two parties that took over everything, and these are the two choices they give us. Trump's fooled a lot of people to where they think he's some kind of, uh, angel from heaven. He's going to fix everything. He already fixed it once. That's what he told us. And I'm like, really? Where's that wall at that Mexico is going to pay for? He said he was going to lock up Hillary Clinton, and I don't think she ever saw any jail time. He's in trial now. Uh, they're trying to exclude him off the ballot. They might do that just because that's in the contract. Trump is not for real. He's part of the establishment, and he's fooled a lot of people. So that's first and foremost. I represent a group called Aquarius. This is my idea. The Aquarius Project is basically a for-profit church that preaches politics and the way it should be. Our church is over here. They took some tax exempt status back in the late 60s, I believe. And after that, they can't talk politics. They can't endorse anybody. And so the members are just left on their own out there and whatnot. So this is an organization that will preach politics. I'll have a show. My live show is called Sex, Religion, and Politics. And we'll just discuss anything. Live in person, I let the audience kind of run the show. And they ask any questions. We go on those topics until we get tired, and we'll move on to something else. My other show, as a part of this Aquarius project, it's not just a show, it's a full-blown network. My other show, Lucky's Tree Service, this one will be the crucial one because Lucky is a guy who's a tree trimmer who makes tremendous money in tree work and construction work in the United States. The money is unbelievable. Last year I made probably on average about $1,500 per day. Okay, crank that over to pounds and see what you come up with. 1,500 per day, not per week. Okay, and that's the nature of the tree work, and construction work's similar in America. So anyway, where was I at? Let me look at my notes. I've been doing construction and tree work pretty much all my life, and mostly as a businessman since the 90s. My brother and I bought apartments in 91, so we were already landlords, but by the time we weren't even 30 and we were landlords, and the economy was booming, jobs everywhere, wages great, no stress, no homeless, everybody had time for their friends. And then we got into a period of shipping jobs overseas to get that cheap labor. And that's part of our problem is as Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump said, we're getting screwed on trade. We cannot have every product we ever use made in a foreign country. It's just not a sustainable plan, right? So that's one of our issues in this country, as well as immigration. In a 40-year period, we added 100 million immigrants on top of only 220 something or 230. So that's something that they don't want you talking about. But I believe in having a interesting news show, and my shows, all of my shows, will reflect how I was raised. Monty Pythons Flying Circus, right? This was the only chance we had in America as teenagers to see some boobs on TV, right? The BBC, somehow they got to show their different shows on PBS. And it was usually later at night, but it was usually, I think, Sunday night. And yeah, you could always count on boobs. So we need to get a hold of John Cleese and have him speak up for this new Aquarius project. Okay, another show we're going to have on the Aquarius project is independent news. And this is all pointing out what problems we have with political parties in America, because yeah, it's what's killing America. So we need to do something about that. And as Keith Richards once said, when things get really bad, you got to hit the streets, okay? So this is where one of my shows, the character Lucky, the tree trimmer that makes really good money, he's got of course, a super hot, like 20-year-old girlfriend that's just, practically naked all the time. And she's telling him he needs to run for governor of the state of Indiana. And he should be the martial law candidate. He claims he's going to declare martial law on day one and implement a direct democracy so that we only have a governor and all the people. All the people get to approve of what the governor puts forth. So that's Lucky. And how Lucky's going to get attention is he's going to get an old truck. It may be a farm truck if the companies like Ford and General Motors and International Harvester, if they will, financially support this little, what I'd call it is a fad or a gimmick or something along those lines. We're going to put nice, smooth, cabinet grade plywood on the sides, give it a good paint job, and then we're going to start either putting our own stickers on there, get special cut decals, or we'll just go ahead and wrap the whole thing in really cool wrapping. And on those sides will be a British flag, His Majesty King Charles III, and of course the Rolling Stones and Hackney Diamonds and everything to do with the Stones. And then below that will be the smaller bands. We all know the Stones are the greatest in the world. Everybody admits that. But there's also the Who, and there's Led Zeppelin, there's Def Leppard, there's Billy Idol, there's Adam Ant. My load of crap up to Sacramento, the capital of California, and then I'm going to go drive it across country to Indiana and drop a load of cow shit on Indianapolis, and the governor's probably up in the capital or wherever they'll give me a permit to film, dumping a load of crap so we don't get in trouble. Then after that, we'll get another load of cow crap or horse crap down in the Amish community where I'm from, and we'll take that load to Washington, D.C., and we'll get us a permit to film so we can dump that load and we can have it live streamed. And I don't know. Do you think a lot of people might be showing up or watching, at least watching us on live stream? I think we could really build something big with this idea. And, I'll tell you, I'm not ever good at asking for money, but I'm a businessman. So what I concluded was the best thing to do is tell you about this project and these projects and these shows and a network, and then sell you some stock in it. Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying my idea is $1 million idea. I'm going to retain 60% of my ownership. That means there's 400,000 shares of stock in this Aquarius project that will be offered up at $1 per share. So if you think this sounds good, you think America needs change, and you believe enough in yourselves over there, I can't find anyone who can even understand my idea, let alone believe in it in America. That's why I'm pitching to you. It seems to me like people from Great Britain or United Kingdom, however you call yourselves, they have more time to watch. It looks like this will be a 20-minute video. Can you imagine a 20-minute video on how to save your country? And most Americans won't even click on it. That's the problem with America. Everybody's brainwashed into this two-party crap. So anyway, I turn to you guys, and our view on politics is very simple. We need a major election reform. We need to get rid of political parties, and we need to retire Donald Trump and Joe Biden. No labels, convention of states, ranked choice voting, represent us, independent voter. These are just a number of organizations that have popped up recently regarding fixing our country. So now here I am putting a plan out there. And what I'm saying is, anytime something moves from point A to point B, there's always business people that start figuring out how to make money off of it. So let me say, I'm one of those. And here's what I'm going to tell you, a few facts to support my massive $1 per stock price, okay? Bill Maher has a decent talk show. He makes $10 million per year, okay? Joe Rogan, he started his own talk show. I'm not going to say anything bad about it, but it's a talk show. It's a long, lengthy thing that runs 3 and 4 hours sometimes. He gets some huge heavy hitters like Elon Musk. He sold his show for somewhere around $100 to $200 million. Okay. I don't know who this was that just paid Jay Leno $1 billion contract Jay Leno got to come out of retirement. And I'm like, guys, we're going to take my $1 million idea, and by year's end, we're going to sell it to Elon Musk for $1 billion, and Musk will buy it. It'll be, like I say, the Aquarius Project. It'll be a church that has sermons. It'll be independent news network brought to you by young, hot girls that are scantily clad, let's say, in the spirit of Monty Python. These girls may be topless, I don't know. We're going to have a live show on the road, sex, religion, and politics. I'll be filming every day, Lucky's Tree Service. We'll be rolling. As soon as I get a few people buying stock, we're going to be rolling down the road in a big dump truck full of horse crap or cow crap, headed for our nation's capital. So let me dig through my notes again, be sure I didn't miss anything. Part of the reason I'm here pitching my video or boosting it in the United Kingdom, what I noticed when I was growing up is there were some countries in Africa that had problems, some unrest. It was usually the former occupier of that country that went down there to fix it, help them. Okay, so as our former colony owners, are the Brits not obligated to help us out? And as a good business person, I'm not sure if it's ethical to mention that little war over there where Hitler was bombing London. Yeah, I remember that. I remember hearing my great, what would she be? My great aunt, Dorothy, she was from London. That's how I know about what I was told about Mick Jagger, that he was a distant cousin of ours, because they were over there in the 60s at a Rusk family reunion. Because my name's Rusk, R-U-S-K, which is, the people in hair products and whatnot, or making crackers or something like that. But anyway, they were over there and they said that we were related to Mick. And that's why they had us gathered in front of the TV when they were singing Street Fighting Man on, I don't know, Ed Sullivan or something like that. But it was an interesting, and yeah, I got to hear my dad and my grandfather discussing those lyrics. And I remember, my dad said something about the long-haired guys and their loud music and violent lyrics. And my granddad said, well, son, one of these days, things may get bad enough that you need to listen to those lyrics. That's what the Rolling Stones are singing about. They think the song's gone and it's done and that's all the end of the story. No, it's going to be picked up. On this truck full of crap, we're going to have the Rolling Stones on there. The name on the door is going to be Disturbance. And we're going to be headed for a palace revolution. So get ready. And, I really think we can make some good money off of this. So get your stock today, $1. There's only 400,000 there. We could have this project rolling in 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. It's all up to you guys. When I get the first bit of money in, I'm going to stop doing construction work and tree work. And I'm going to concentrate only on our truck project and making you a video every day. So if you want to buy stock in my Aquarius project, feel free to send it through Cash App, area code 812-259-17 888-888-7471. Or you can send also with PayPal or Zelle at my email address of Ted, that's TED _ RUSK at yahoo.com. Zelle, PayPal, or the Cash App deal. It works too. So anyway, I think I've covered enough for tonight to get you interested. You think about it. I'm going to be posting some more videos. I'm going to boost this around in the UK, and I'd love to have a lot of British partners, because I don't know that Americans can handle this. I think it's going to be between you and me. All right. God bless. Take care. I'll keep in touch. Thank you. Please, again, please buy some stock. Thank you. Bye-bye.